Practical knowledge. We've been on these streets since the year 1969, trying to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians it is better to be with your own race. Okay, here inside the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under the command of General Yohana, we have been trying to teach blacks and Hispanics that our power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the power of our ancestors, is a racist. And not only is he a racist, he likes his race to be separated. Okay, he wants us to only deal with us within our own race. So we're good.
Okay.
Okay. So first scripture I need. What would be the first scripture you probably want to get for this, huh? Like what scripture? When is the first instance of a man dealing specifically with his own race?
I would have to say in Genesis, put Adam to sleep.
Right? Man. Right. Now that's exactly it. When Genesis, when Most High put Adam to sleep. Now, can you break that down for anybody in the audience who might not understand exactly what you're talking about?
Let me get that.
There's Genesis, the second chapter. You want to start at verse, I want to say 22. Probably.
Khan, this is
Khan 21, rather. Salakia.
Khan, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Right, so what is that deep sleep? Do you know?
That deep sleep is basically causing Adam to do something he wouldn't normally do.
Okay, that's a good one. P, you raise your hand?
Can you read that scripture again, sir?
Khan, this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
What is the deep sleep?
What is the deep sleep? Deep sleep is the Most High caused a deep sleep caused upon Adam.
Yeah, Khan.
So can it be like a sleep of? Because I think it's to the point that the Most High is about to give Adam the truth.
No.
The deep
About to find the truth, all right, but no.
About to find the truth.
The deep sleep. Oh, Salaki.
If I may.
Yeah.
So the deep sleep upon Adam.
Yeah. Continue, P.
You about to get you about to get the truth of it.
Understand what the hell I'm laughing about. This is Adam and Eve. He's about to find the truth, all right.
Adam and Eve.
Right, this is Adam and Eve. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's the deep sleep. The sleep he put him under when he took the rib and got Eve. What is that sleep?
When he took the rib.
Yeah, right.
No.
What is that sleep?
They had
Yeah.
sex.
No, the sleep ain't the sex. The sleep ain't the sex. What is the sleep? The sleep happened before the sex. She had to put him to sleep before she had sex with him. What is the sleep?
You say she had to put him to sleep before
that
happened.
Yeah, right.
Before that became his rib.
Right.
So putting him to sleep is not physically him putting
when
him
you look
to
that
sleep.
up in the Hebrew, it tells you confounded.
Right. So putting him to sleep is more of him making him sort of unconscious of the act he's about to do, which is going against something that he would normally do.
That's exactly it.
Give me a hand.
I was just about to say it. God, give him a hand.
That's what so we said that. That's
Yes.
exactly what I was about to say. Something like that.
Okay, so you've all, I'm gonna guess, all been in a situation where you wake up and you question, where did this woman come from? Right? Has everybody woken up in that situation?
Right.
Like, not literally, you wake up in your bed where I don't remember this woman, just as the Jordans are being ripped, the bleach is going on in the club. Where did this woman come from?
Right.
You're asleep. You'll wake up in a crazy ass house, crayon all over the wall. Ain't even the woman's fault this time. It's just the 7 badass kids. Where did this woman come from? You were asleep. That's what this is talking about. He would not have done this had he not been asleep. Okay. Keep going to fall. If anybody has any questions online, feel free.
And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Closed up the flesh instead thereof. What does that mean? Anybody? What does it mean he closed up the flesh thereof? Very simple.
So like I said, we got a brother online. I actually saw this brother make this comment previously. I want to make sure we help him out. The brother's asking, can anyone get him in contact with the captain or the school near Shreveport, Louisiana?
Shreveport, Louisiana. Yeah, no sweat. I'll get that for you in 2 seconds.
Okay, Most High in Christ.
Continue. So somebody break that down, verse 21.
So this is basically the Most High, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh thereof. Basically, he took a woman from Adam's family, which is Eve, and closed up the flesh thereof instead thereof, meaning he closed up the family.
No. John.
Which means that they close up the flesh, would mean that they became one flesh?
No. Okay, now let's read it again. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. In that area, he closed up that flesh, meaning he's not taking any more
Ribs.
What do idiots use this to say? John.
You can only have one wife.
That's not what this is talking about. It has nothing to do with you having more than one wife. He wanted Adam to only have one wife.
Okay, Khan.
That's what this is talking about. That's why it says he closed up the flesh there, because he only wanted him to have one wife. Look what one wife did for him.
Right.
Cost him the kingdom. Yeah, you only get one wife. Jacob had 4, and he was blessed. Come on. So let me give me verse 22.
Verse 22. And the rib which the Most High Power had taken from man.
So he took one of his sides, right? That's what a rib is. Tazalai. Tazalai literally means your side, right? One of his sides, and close up the flesh instead thereof. And the side or rib, keep going, which the Most High
had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man.
and brought her unto the man. Keep going.
Slocky, so could you break that down?
And the rib which had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. Meaning he took this woman, this close relative of Adam, this rib, and made her, okay, you think of it as woman, but understand woman and wife are the same word in Hebrew.
Okay, kind of.
So he took this woman from his side and made her a wife for him. Right? Keep going.
Verse 23. And Adam said,
you go out and you raise up your daughter to be a good wife, right? For some brother, right? Meaning I should not go on the internet and see a white woman complaining about black women not teaching them about the butters. You like, what the hell are the butters? I didn't know what the butters were either. So the white woman said shea and cocoa. I'm like, this is why you deal with your own.
right.
Like, otherwise your children will be raised by something that doesn't even know how to properly tend for them. You understand, you have seed, black man. You have seed. And you realize, like, you need to deal with ground or soil. We're going to get that in the Bible. Like, that's created and molded to be able to take care of your seed. Right? And you choose to ignore that. And that's the problem. So I got to hear about some white woman complaining about butters. Why didn't black women tell us about the butters? Because it's none of your business. Wow. In what world are you going to have a conversation with a white person about shea butter and cocoa butter?
Right.
Shoot. Keep going.
This is now bone of my bones.
What?
Bone of my bones.
This is now the bone of my bone. Keep going.
And flesh of my flesh.
And the flesh of my flesh. This is a part of me. People think this means I come from Adam. Like she literally was created from Adam. You know how stupid it is for a woman to come from one single rib out of a man. That's so stupid. But that aside, that's not what this is talking about. This is flesh and blood. Adam finally woke up and saw what he married. Traditionally, during that time, everybody went outside their house. Not Adam. Adam accidentally, because of the Most High, went in his house for a wife. Everybody married a foreign. Adam went out his house and went inside of his house to get his wife. Right? Keep going.
She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
Right? She shall be called woman or Asha because she was taken out of Ayash. Right? Keep going. Now, what does that mean? She shall be called, break that down. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man.
She shall be called woman
because she was taken out of man.
Because she was taken out of man. He's basically saying because he's coming back into his own mind and he's seeing her. He's like, yo, this is flesh of my flesh. This is my family right here.
Okay, but but break down what he's saying.
And he's saying she should be called woman because she was taken out of my family.
That's what it means. She was taken out of her. My wife came out of me.
Right.
My wife came out of my side. Not she literally came out of my body. Then Adam had sex with his daughter. I used to say that as a Christian. Right?
Con.
And then the other thing, somebody screwed their sister. Because everybody ignores now. Everybody ignores now.
Come.
So that means somebody has to screw their system. Isn't this truth so freeing? Like, remember, we're in a cult. Y'all believe a nigga fucked his daughter, then screwed his Salakia. Had sex with his daughter, then screwed his sister.
Right.
The truth is so freeing. Right? And this is what we are here to combat. What's called Adam actually went out and had sex with a member of his family. Now keep reading. We're going to prove that in a minute. Keep going.
Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife. And
shall
they
cleave unto his wife. He'll be joined to his wife. You leave your father and your mother and you're joined to your wife, right? Keep going.
And they shall be one flesh.
And you're one flesh with your wife. You are combined with that woman. You cannot leave her for the rest of your day. This is marriage. Right? This is marriage according to the scriptures. Drop that.
Salaki, sir.
Con.
Salaki, sir. If I may, and this goes along to let you know, even though Eve did what she did, they still stayed together.
Right.
He didn't like, yo, I'm out of here.
From the beginning.
Right.
It was not.
Right.
From the beginning. Why do you think Christ said that? What's the beginning?
Adam.
Moses allowed us to divorce. Moses allowed you to divorce for the hardness of your hearts, but from the beginning it was not so.
Right.
Who is Jesus? Come.
Adam.
Translation. I didn't divorce my bitch. I didn't divorce my evil wife. My wife cost me goddamn paradise. I didn't divorce her. You don't come in my face talking about, can I divorce my... No. When the kingdom's in my hands, there will be no divorce, save fornication. Right? And that's what it is. People don't understand this. Come.
Salaki said, if I may, and she was talking to another man on top of it, and he still didn't get rid of her. Even though, you know, say it was no ill intent, but she was stepping out. But it wasn't, but it was no fornication happening.
Yeah.
No fornication
Right.
happening.
Right.
Now drop that. Give me Genesis 29 and 14. And we're going to prove that I'm not crazy. Because, yeah, you don't come out your uncle, last I checked. Unless because if you do, that ain't your uncle, buddy.
This is Genesis chapter 29, verse 14. And Laban said unto him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
Thou art my what?
Bone and my flesh.
Who is this? This is Laban, Jacob's uncle, going to his nephew, saying, read that from the top.
And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
Thou art my bone and my flesh. Keep going.
And he abode with him the space of a month.
Yeah, this is about familiar relationship. That's what that term means. It has nothing to do with whatever that other crap is. Okay, about you coming out your what's called, because this isn't it. Now give me 2 Samuel 5 and 1. You got it?
Concert.
John, let me get it.
This is 2 Samuel chapter 5 and verse 1. Salakia.
John, you got it. Okay.
Then came
Keep on.
Then came all the tribes of Israel to David
Right.
unto Hebron, and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
Behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. Keep going.
Verse 2. Also, in time past, when Saul was king over us, thou wast that he leadeth out and brought in Israel,
Right?
and the
We
Most
are thy
High.
bone and thy flesh, meaning what? We're your family. We're your people. All the tribes of Israel. Did all the tribes of Israel come and say, I'm gonna give a people a earlobe, you're gonna give a tongue, you're gonna give a tooth, and we're gonna make David? Or is this simply saying he's a member of our people, a member of our race? He's a member of our family. Adam and Eve were no different. Right? We're going to show you in the Bible that that's the law. Okay? Adam and Eve were cousins. That's in the Bible. Adam and Eve were related. Okay? All the patriarchs were related. It is a sin against God to not marry your cousin. I'm telling you that now. Baba Kushab, if you can give me some water.
Come on.
It is a sin against God to not marry your cousin. Okay? Now we're going to get that next thing we're going to get is Genesis 6:1. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1, Baba Kushab. Yeah, you come, you good. The water.
This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 1.
Right?
And it came to pass when men begin to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Verse 2, that the sons of the power saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives,
Keep going.
all which they chose.
Right. So now you have the sons of God, right? Saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Salakia. Now, what is that talking about?
That is talking about how our people begin to take on heathen women.
Who said anything about our people? That says the sons of God.
The sons of God, which were the sons of Adam.
Where does it say that? Where are the sons of God? Where is Adam? Where is that anywhere in here?
I mean, it would have to be.
Where? Oh, where? Because you say so?
The sons of God would have to be the sons of Adam.
Why? Did you say so? What's the precept? Khan.
What was the question, sir?
Break down the scripture. He's saying that the sons of God are the sons of Adam, but show me that. Prove that. It's okay if y'all don't know, but yeah, come on. You got to break this down. Nobody? See if online.
A brother in the chat, Tone said angels.
Angels, not interracial date. Yes, interracial dating. No, not angels. But who are these? You're not wrong, but I need you to prove it. Prove that these are the sons of Adam.
All right, let me just check.
Who are the sons of Adam? Very easy to break down. I'll give it to you for time's sake. Luke, the 3rd chapter, the final verse. Actually started, I'll tell you where to start. Luke 3rd chapter, start at verse 23. Okay, and we're about to find it out because a lot of people don't understand this. I'm about to show you how Jesus is the Son of God because Jesus has a daddy too. And when you understand this, it's very easy to understand everything to a point when it comes to things like the interracial dating, well, the Noah breakdown, as well as Christ.
Luke
3:23. You got it?
Constant. Luke chapter 3, verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can
No,
Satan...
this is Luke 3:23.
Slack it.
Come, Luke 3:23.
Luke chapter 3, verse 23. And Yahushua himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was opposed, the son of Joseph,
Right.
which was the son of Heli.
Right. So now Christ or Jesus, right? Who is he? Who is Jesus? What do they say Jesus is?
Son of God.
Right? The Son of God, right? What were you gonna say, brother?
Oh no, I was going. It says in the scripture, the son of Joseph.
Right? But they know him as the Son of God, right?
Oh God.
Now, does God have any other children?
Absolutely.
Name a few.
Us?
Exact children. Khan.
The angels.
No. Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
We are Israel?
Well, technically, but I was saying more so the man.
Jacob.
Right? Okay. I like Israel better because you can actually pull that scripture. Solomon, I'll be his father, he shall be my son. Who else? Who else? Okay. Is anybody having a problem hearing me?
Online?
Yeah, Khan. Okay, the 12 tribes, that's all right. But who else? In terms to think of what we're talking about.
Something's burning.
Burning?
Yeah.
It might be whatever he got in there. You know them vegans.
Right.
Give me verse 33.
Verse 33. Which was the son of Jacob? Which was the son of...
38, Salakia.
Verse 38. Which was the son of Enos? Which was the son of Seth? Which was the son of Adam? Which was the son of God?
The son of who?
The son of God.
The son of who?
The son of God.
The son of who?
The son of God.
So Adam is the son of
God.
This is the precept. This is the clear cut for anyone who tries to say that Genesis 6 is talking about angels. It has nothing to do with angels. It is talking about Adam's descendants. Adam's descendants in the past thought it was okay to have sex with other races, right? That were outside of their family. That's clearly in the Bible. I didn't say that what's it called? Because if you deny that, you'd have to deny Jesus. That's partially why this is here, to show this track. You checking for the what's it called? Check in the back if you got to. Okay. Khan, Bob Kashab, you can read 4 and 4. So yeah, Khan. Okay, so now that we got that.
It's good. Online is good.
Okay, Khan.
Come.
Now that we got that, let me get go back to Genesis 6.
Genesis 6?
Yeah, Khan.
Come. Genesis chapter 6. What is the verse, sir?
Start at verse 2 where it was.
Come. Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of the power saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
They were beautiful in their eyes. Right? Keep going.
Come. And they took them wives of all which they chose.
Right? So they chose wives from these women. Keep going.
Come. Verse 3. And the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
My spirit's not going to sit here and fight with you. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you about whether or not you should deal with other nations, right? Because the Most High taught our father Adam who we were to deal with. And we want to go against that. So here's what he does. Keep going.
Verse 4.
No, right.
For that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Meaning what? He shortened our lifespan. Right? Keep going.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of the power came in unto the daughters of men.
Right? The giants. Now notice, the giants existed before them, before we started dealing with the interracial marriage. Giants are just basically mighty men, people of renown. Right? Bullies, when you look it up. Napoleon. Right? Basically, think of light-skinned babies are prettier. Mixed babies are prettier. That's what this is talking about. Keep going.
And they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Right.
Verse 5.
Give me verse 7. Actually, give me verse 5.
Verse 5.
Because this explains the world that we have today. Matter of fact, keep going.
And the power saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of his thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Right. He only had the thought to do evil. Mankind only had the thought to do evil. No one thought to go back and no one thought to go back and check if this was right with the Most High. Keep going.
Verse 6. And it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth.
And it repented him. He regretted creating us. He regretted that giving us the law, we forsook it to make ourselves amongst base men. Right? Keep going.
And it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at
Right.
his heart.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 7. And the Most High said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the earth, from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air.
Mind you, animals had to die because you wanted to have sex with white women. Con.
So when he's talking about man, do he talking about that chosen seed from Adam?
Everybody died.
Everybody, come.
The entire earth died for this.
Come.
Yeah, keep going.
For it repenteth me that I have made them.
I regret making mankind. Right? He created mankind for specific purposes, and yet and still they went against those purposes. Keep going. Keep going, yeah, Con.
Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High.
Why? Salakio.
If I may,
Con.
we talking about this is before the flood,
Right.
and we're talking about the Most High created men so they could be with their own kind. That's what you're saying?
Right. Created mankind so they can be with their own kind.
Come.
And instead they jumble up his plan, mix up, and yeah, I regret creating you.
Come.
What is the point of me doing all this if y'all gonna do that? But Noah found grace. Why? Keep reading.
Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was
Now stop. Here's the thing you have to understand about Genesis 6 and 9. Genesis 6 and 9, when you look it up, there's two different Hebrew words that are used. The root word for the generation in the first one is lad. Lad comes from birth or lineage. When you look it up, it's a thalada, but it's really lad. Lada. Meaning to beget, really. Meaning your generations or your birth or your family lineage. Right? That's literally what it means. So what you could really have here in verse 6 and 9 is this is the lineage of Noah. Now keep reading.
Noah was a just man,
Right.
and perfect in his generations.
In his what?
In his generations.
In his what?
In his generations.
In his time, in his dwelling, the war or dar. Meaning what? In his time, in his generation, he was perfect. During his time, he was the only one that wasn't going out having sex with other nations. He wasn't trying to. And guess what else? He was also of a good, perfect in his generations. What does that mean? He was perfect in his generations. Meaning perfect in his bloodline. Huh?
Meaning he was perfect in his bloodline?
Right.
That's just basically meaning that his bloodline goes back to Adam with no blemishes.
Right. There were no blemishes in his bloodline. Right. There were absolutely. He was a complete 100% descendant of Adam as much as you could be. Because let's say Seth had to marry a cousin before he officially started to marrying other Adamites and all that. But yeah, he was a full descendant of Adam, right? Which is perfect. And that's why he was blessed by the Most High.
Right.
He was blessed by the Most High by doing this. And we're going to show you that this is against the scriptures. Okay. Drop that. Give me Genesis 20. I want to say 29. And we're going to find out. Oh, actually, give me 24 and 20. Give me 24 and 20 and verse 2.
This is Genesis chapter 24, verse 2. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of the house that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. Verse 3, and I will make thee swear by the Most High, the power of heaven and the power of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto thy son of the daughters of the Canaanites.
Unto my son,
Unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites,
Keep going.
among whom I dwell.
So this is Abraham making his servant swear, you will make sure not to give my child to a filthy goddamn Canaanite. Abraham did not want his son, a man, God's friend, because that's what y'all call him, right? Abraham was God's friend. Well, God's friend was so racist, he said, don't give my son to some filthy Hamite. Right? That's how much God's friend loved other races. He made his servant swear, don't give my child to no filthy Hamite. Keep going.
Verse 4, but thou shalt go unto my country, and
Where?
my country,
No, a different Hamite country.
my country,
No, a Japhetic country.
my country,
A different Shemitic country, just not mine.
my country,
You're specifically going to my old country. Keep going.
and to my kindred,
And to my family. Keep going.
and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
And take a wife to my son Isaac from there. Right? That's what we did. Now, long of the story short, that's what happens. He ends up getting a wife from his own people. And he gets a down sister from his own people. And I mean down. You want to know how down she is? I'm going to show you. Give me verse, what is this? Give me 27 verse. You can start at 46. 27 verse 46. Still Genesis. If anybody has any questions online, let me know.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 46.
Right.
And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heath.
What?
I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heath.
The daughters of Heth. Right? Keep going.
If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as
Salaki, drop that. Give me 26. Give me Give me 34. Give me 26 and 34, Salakia.
Genesis chapter 26, verse 34. And
Right.
Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite.
The what?
The Hittite.
In African. Keep going.
And Bashemath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite.
All right. So we find out Esau married two Edomites. No, Salaki. Esau. I said Esau married two Edomites. Esau married two Hamites. Right? And let's see how his parents. Now, mind you, Esau was raised with the law. Right? Let's see how his parents felt about his Hamitic wives. Right? Keep going.
Verse 35. Which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah.
Which were a grief of mine to Isaac and Rebekah. Now give me 46. Salakia. Khan.
Salakia, sir.
Give me 27 and 46. Khan.
So this right here is letting you know, even before, you know what I'm saying, the Torah that been written, to let you know their parents was against You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're outside their nation.
Right.
Their mother, Isaac and Rebecca even say they don't like it.
Right.
Grieve because their son
Right.
ended up marrying Hamites.
Right.
So,
You good? You got it?
Come.
27 and 46.
Genesis.
So let's see what his parents do when it come time that the other one might end up wanting to get a wife. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 27, verse 46. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me?
Like my life will be over if I have a. She know the law. She understands our culture. It'll be a Hebrew, but my life will be over if I have a Hamite daughter-in-law. That's literally what this woman just said. Like, what good is my life? My life was a waste of time if I have a heathen as an in-law. That's the spirit our ancestors had. Khan.
so lucky, sir. Pretty much, and if I may, she's saying, I raised you better than this.
Khan.
You should know better.
Right. Right. So now give me Salaki, give me 28 verse 1. Why can't the Israelites marry a Hamite? Because the Hamites aren't our people. We are not Hamitic. We are commanded by God, Turnbull, to marry our own race. Hamites are not our race. Keep going. 28 and 1.
Khan.
So this is exactly what happened afterwards. Keep going. Salakia, let me get some of that white grape. The white grape that's in the fridge. Come, the water.
This is Genesis chapter 28, verse 1.
Right?
And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughter of Canaan.
Thou shalt what?
Not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
Why? Because that's not what we do. We don't take wives of the daughters of other nations. Keep going.
Verse 2. Arise, go to Padamaram, to the house of Bethulah, thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother.
Laban, thy mother's brother. Right? Of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother. Meaning what? We kept this in the family. You dealt with members of your own race. This has existed since the beginning, since Adam. This is how we have always dealt with it. Right? Keep going. Is there anyone else?
Verse 3. The power Almighty bless thee,
right,
and make thee fruitful,
right,
and multiply thee,
right,
that thou mayest be a multitude of people.
Right. And that's what you're seeing here. The Most High is blessing Jacob and making him a multitude of people. Right? God is against interracial marriage. Right? And we're going to get a few more scriptures to prove that. So we've gotten it all throughout the patriarchs that he's against it. Let's get a few. Let me get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. We actually started verse, I want to say 2.
Got a question online.
What's the question?
This is from T15 Miles. So the children Israelites from other nations?
What does he mean? You have to phrase the question a little better than that.
And this is also another question here.
So why did Moses marry a sea? Moses wasn't in the truth when he took that woman. That was the question you were going to mention?
Come.
Moses didn't have the truth when he married that woman. Once he realized the truth, that's when it was a problem. But before that, he did not know. He wasn't in the truth to have married when he married that woman. He knew of the truth, but the truth wasn't old wives tell you, mama teaches you. Nobody listens to their mother. He didn't officially become in the truth until the burning bush. Then after that, there is no game. You saw that. You are guilty. You're guilty after that. But as for the other cat, what was his question? I don't even understand. He said what?
Salaki, sorry if I may.
Wow, Khan.
It sounds like the brother trying to present that because he's thinking about mix,
Right.
you know, so he's coming across, so they come from other nations, not thinking about the seeds come from the male line, not the female line.
Right. Okay. Basically, yeah. You are whatever your father is, if that's the question. Okay. Yeah, Khan. If that's your question, that's it. You are whatever your father is. And if I may, if one of y'all brothers could get in touch with Nakawan, he's the brother over Shreveport. If you could just find out his phone number, if your brother could just text him and say somebody from Louisiana is trying to get in contact with him. I can't do all that right now, but I got in touch with Khan real quick. Khan. Nakawan.
For New Orleans, right?
Shreveport, yeah, Shreveport area. Yeah, Khan. You know how to spell that, right? That's where the K A.
Is it knock?
Not, yeah, Nakawan. Khan. All right, so you got it, Deuteronomy.
Cons.
Okay, give me verse 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 2. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee.
Okay, for time's sake, I didn't read verse 1. It's going to mention 7 nations. These are not the only nations in this category from 2 to going forward. And I'm going to prove that. But I just wanted to bring that out. And I'll explain the ma'am, sir. Give me what you got. Keep going. Don't worry. T15 Williams, Miles, I'll explain the ma'am, sir. Keep going.
Thou shalt smite them and
Right.
utterly destroy them.
Right.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them,
Right.
nor show mercy unto them.
Right. We shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy to them. When we destroy these people, we are to utterly destroy them. Right? God is not an equalist. He is not about integration. We don't come together with different people. God is a separationist. Right? Keep going.
Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shall you make marriages with them. They're not going to try to marry them. Right on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. Keep going.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Meaning what? It is a law in the Bible that you cannot deal with other nations sexually and maritally. That is a law from God. Keep going.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
So the first by turn your son from following me that they may serve other gods?
I mean, that seems pretty straightforward.
Nothing about, okay, break it down then. What does it mean to follow God? Does God care about being fat?
Being fat?
Yeah. Like, does God care about being fat? That's an honest question. That's not rhetorical. Yes or no? Does God care about something vain as being fat?
Lie, sir.
So you think Kanye was following after God when he admitted he got liposuction a few years ago?
Lie.
Was he following after God when he said this MAGA hat makes me feel like I'm Superman?
Lie, sir.
Was Tiger following after God having sex with those white porn stars? Well, any porn star, period. But he loved white women, so yeah, the white porn stars. Was he following God?
Lie.
That's what this is talking about. This is not necessarily even just saying you'll become a Buddhist. This is not saying you will necessarily put a Christmas tree in your house. This is not saying you will worship their God. This is saying you'll stop following me. That's first off. To follow me is to love me and do it out and to be in my mindset. The most beautiful woman in the world is the black woman. Right. If you're talking to a white woman, you're not following me. Right? And then one thing I brought out when that whole debacle with Kanye, MAGA and all that was going out, you can't do that with white relatives. Like, okay, your ribs, Simeon, correct?
Constant.
Could you be a Donald Trump supporter and go home to her family?
Lie.
You have, okay, is that look because some of them are in the world and kind of like, yeah, Donald Trump, I think he's going to do a good job, or you just kind of have to think about it like, nah, I might get shot actually.
Yeah, definitely get shot.
Yeah, right. That's the thing though. We can't do certain things inside of our families because our wives' families will kill us too. But the Kardashians will love you if you say slavery was a choice. That's what this is talking about. It's not necessarily even talking about worshiping a false god. Okay? Now, here's another one. Oh, does this, read that from the top? Read verse 3 from the top.
Verse 3.
Right.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Right.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right, keep going.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right.
That they may serve other gods.
Right.
So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly.
Now, show me where in that says they're allowed to convert. Take your time. Anybody online, show me where it says that. Where does it say they are allowed to convert? Where does it say so long as the white woman understands who Yahushua is, that's allowed to happen? Like, you got some idiots who got their behind whooped by a pastor whose name is literally Mr. White. Like, you know that man. I'm not playing. That's not a joke. Some idiots that call themselves Israelites got beat up by a pastor whose name is literally Mr. White. Not lying. His name's James White. His name.
Oh yeah, I know about. I remember that.
Yeah, his name is.
Mop the floor.
I know the captain's on y'all brought that out. Y'all got it beat by Mr. White.
God, Mr. White mopped the floor with him.
The highlight of it. Why are you referring me to the Strongs, bro? I teach Hebrew. I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah, an idiot like them. I saw a picture, disgusting. They gave a sister to some goddamn goat. Salakia, after discovering Shayar, like I'm calling white people goats now. I ain't even devil's too nice for the average white person. Y'all goats. You gotta be important, Peraza. I'm starting something new. You gotta be important to be a devil. Now, but from now on, unimportant devils are goats. Yeah. All unimportant devils is goats. To be a devil, you gotta be Donald Trump. You gotta be Joe Biden to be a devil. The average white man that's on the streets, that's who's a goat. Okay, this group gave our sister to a goat, right? Why? Because he's in their organization. That's nowhere in the Bible. In the kingdom of heaven, we will be giving white boys 3, 4 white girls. You know why? So they don't shoot up the white schools anymore. That's what half this is about. You didn't get a date for prom. The girl turned you down. So in your sick, twisted mind, that means when I'm 25, I get to kill 15-year-olds.
Right.
Why not do the shootings at your school in that time? Right? Won't that make a lot more sense? Forget about elementary school. You go to the elementary school like the only time, Salakia, I used to say this in the world, I know it's a little bit. Only time you would have caught me doing some dumb shit like in elementary school is if the bank robbery went wrong and I had to hide in the school. Other than that, like, the hell are you messing with school children for? Why do I bring this up? Because you stupid sisters want to marry this. And then be surprised when this bipolar weirdo who has a football career beats the hell out you. That happened to a sister. Named some football player, bipolar as hell, and he beats the mess out of her, telling her to get on her knees and bow to him. I would ask his ex-girlfriend, did he ever tell you how to do that? The white ones I'm talking about. So stupid. And that's the problem. My brothers and sisters don't realize we do not say this to be mean. We say this because we care. You can really be dead out here. Keep going.
Verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them.
This is how we are supposed to deal with other races. Keep going.
Ye shall destroy their altars.
You shall what?
Destroy their altars.
Destroy their altars. Keep going.
And break down their images.
And break down their images. Okay, what is that? What are altars and images? Do you know what that is? Khan, Peraza?
So places where they worship.
Their religious beliefs. Right. That's perfect. Places where they worship their religious beliefs. We don't give a damn about your religion. You do not have freedom of religion inside of our nation. You will believe what the hell I tell you to believe, or you will be shot. Keep going.
And cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire.
Yeah, we're going to burn your graven image. We're going to deface and disrespect your gods, your religious beliefs. Your religious beliefs are a joke to us. Okay, according to the Bible. Right? Keep going.
Verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
You are a separate people, right? We are to be separated. People get mad at us for that. Keep going.
Unto the Most High thy power.
Right?
The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people.
God has chosen thee to be a special people. We're special to God, right? Meaning what? We should only be amongst ourselves. That's why he's bringing this out here. You don't deal with anybody else. You're special. Keep going.
Unto himself.
Right?
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
No, only the 7 nations.
Above all people.
No, only the Hittites.
Above all
The
people.
Girgashites.
Above all
The
people.
Amorites.
Above all people.
Canaanites.
Above all
The
people.
Perizzites.
Above all
The
people.
Hivites.
Above all
The
people.
Jebusites.
Above all
It
people.
clearly says above all people, not just these 7 right here. But you will have idiots that try to use this scripture right here and try to say he's not talking about, he's only talking about these people. So you can have sex with an Edomite. You can have sex with a Zidonian. You can have sex with all these other races. Right? Keep going.
That are upon
And
the
we're going to
face.
cut that too. We're going to cut and show. I'm about to, what's called verse 6 is the cut for what I just said, what they say about verse 1. And I'm going to prove that's the cut. Keep going.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Right? Keep going. That are upon the face of the earth. We are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Bible just said it. So that's why we don't deal with anyone else. Okay, now drop that. Give me 1 Kings 11. Oh, actually, no. Before we get that, we got a story. I got a story to tell. Dun, 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 dun. Give me Numbers 25, or actually, you might want to go to 24. I'm not sure. Give me, because yeah, stupid people will do stupid things, and yeah, we have to pay for their stupidity. So give me Numbers 20. Damn, too far. Want to say 25, might be a little before then. Oh. $25-1. We're gonna show you how good, how much. Yeah, keep going.
Numbers chapter 25, verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called, verse 2, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods.
So, meaning all people thought it was a good idea to have sex with Asian women, right? So, this is what happens. Keep going. And they eventually said, why don't y'all come to the Dragon Festival? Right? Keep going.
Verse 2, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods,
Right.
and the people did eat and bow down to their gods.
Right.
Verse 3, and Israel joined himself unto Baal, and the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel.
Right. So now keep going.
Verse 4, and the Most High said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel.
Yeah, meaning what? Chop all their heads off and hang them on poles. Take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun. And when I see that, I won't kill everybody. That's literally what God just said out of his mouth. Why? Because I clearly told y'all not to have sex with these women, and y'all did it. And what do you know? I was right. You stopped listening to me. So if you don't want everyone to die, kill everybody involved. That's how much God hates race mixing and interracial marriage. Clearly right there. Right? Keep going.
Verse 5, and Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye everyone his men that were joined unto Baal-peor.
Meaning the judge over New York, Captain Zaryak, any brother was stupid enough to go down to that dragon festival, yeah, kill him. Kick him out to school. That's what that's talking about. Keep going.
Verse 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman.
A Midianitish woman, right? So this idiot, after seeing all the evil and chaos that dealing with these women caused, he thought it was good to bring a Midianitish woman. Keep going.
In the sight of Moses and in the sight of the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping.
What?
In the sight of the congregation.
No, before that.
Woman in the sight of Moses.
In the sight of what?
In the sight of Moses.
In the sight of what?
In the sight of Moses.
Do you know what in the sight of means? Huh? It's something very unthinkable. It's something very, 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 very unthinkable. Imagine taking a heathen to your room in the sight of General Muhammad. Like General Muhammad sees you're clearly walking with a heathen into your hotel room. Like say Passover. That's literally what this idiot tried to do. I pray the Lord is with you. Khan.
If I may, my apologies. What was the rank? Is it captain?
Who? I don't believe so. I'm not sure. I believe he's an officer. Probably Officer 5,000. I'm not sure. Ask him. Khan. Yeah, Khan. That's basically what this is. He was stupid enough to do this in Moses' face. How bold he was. Right? Keep going.
And he.
And in.
Sorry, this is verse 6.
Yeah, Khan.
And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
These people are still dealing with the last group of idiots who wanted to commit interracial marriage, which is a crime. This idiot does this in front of all their faces, and this is what happens. Read.
It's verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it.
Now, this is Phinehas, the great nephew of Moses, the grandson of Aaron. Keep going.
He rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
He took a javelin. For those that don't know, that's that long spear they use in the Olympics. They'll run and they'll throw it, and then it lands. Keep going. He took one of those, right?
Verse 8. And went after the man of Israel into the tent, right, and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. Right. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
He thrust them through while they were still having sex. He crept in the tent while they were still having sex and just thrust them both through. Right? Keep going.
Verse 9. And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
24,000. God does not like interracial marriage. He will send a plague to kill you. He will have your head chopped off if you deal with another nation. He will send somebody into your room to kill you and the heathen you are having sex with. That is in the Bible. That is the word of God, right? Now, what is this? Okay. Where are we now? So we got the numbers. Yes, now 1 Kings 11. Now let's go on to prove this.
You can put this on the chat. The brother is asking for the Louisiana number.
Okay, come.
1 Kings First Kings 11.
You go read down.
You want me to put the brother's number in the chat? In the public chat?
You see me do it all the time. So like this, sir.
Con.
If possible, you say for please know Sahara that the number.
Yeah, con. Put it. That's the number. You told them what the number was for and all that, right?
Con.
Yeah, con. Put it there.
Con.
You tell be like, this is the number for Louisiana. Not necessarily got to put the brother's name. Yeah, con. If you did you put the brother's name already?
Nah.
Well, I already done said it on the line, but yeah, con. This is the number for Louisiana. So do what you gonna do. Give me 1 Kings 11:1 when you get a chance.
Oh, you already got
Okay.
it.
You know what?
Oh, 5.
Okay, if somebody can give me 1 Kings 11:1. Right. So now we're about to get into King Solomon, right? And the destruction and what he caused, right? Because he at the top, the things you do as at leadership can affect the entire body, right? Now, here's the thing. King Solomon thought it was a good idea to love many strange women, and we're going to get that in the Bible. Keep going.
1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women,
Right.
together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Zidonians, and Hittites.
Right.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither
go into them. Read on.
neither shall thou come into you.
Neither shall they come into you, right? Keep going.
For surely they will turn away your hearts after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Right. That's exactly what it says in the scriptures. Right? This is verse 2 is reiterating Deuteronomy 7:3, which lets you know what? They understood. Deuteronomy 7:3 also goes along with Deuteronomy 7:6, which is above all nations. This is basically none of the nations here are mentioned in Deuteronomy 7:1. Is the Hittites mentioned? I think yeah, Khan, that's the only one mentioned. Other than that, those two nations are the same. These two scriptures are the same, rather. Right? And not showing you that. Clear cut. Keep going.
Verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
And his wives turned away his heart. Now, people, idiots, think there's a jab at polygyny. It wasn't. He had heathen wives, which is why. Right? So now, we good on that one. We about to end off in a bit. Now give me Nehemiah 9th chapter, I want to say. Oh, shucks. Wait, is it? Salaki, give me Ezra 9. Ezra 9:1.
This is Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, going according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. Verse 2, for they have taken of their daughters for
They
themselves.
have taken of their what?
Daughters for
They
themselves,
have taken of their daughters for themselves. Keep going.
and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
Now notice it says the holy seed has mixed themselves with the people of those lands. Right? Why is that important?
So if I may,
Come.
to state that there's a difference between Israel and other nations, and we're not allowed to mix, you know what I'm saying, to mix with other nations.
Okay. Yes, but what does that show? That shows that they knew it was important.
Come.
Right? Meaning what? They're mixing themselves. Why is it saying that? Why, going back further, you are a holy people. That's what Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, is talking about. We are a holy people. Right? We are now the holy seed is being mixed in with this other seed. Keep going.
And for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in this trespass.
Yeah, the highest of our people have been the main ones doing it. Keep going.
Verse 3, and when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and the hair of my beard, and sat down astonished.
Astonished, really.
So I don't want, if I may.
Con.
See, if you do something like that, like these days, people would think that you're crazy.
What? Right.
Because with his reaction that you said before, it was so important not to mix with other nations.
Right.
That because we are God's chosen people, and he got it to a point that, you know what I'm saying, he put, you know what I'm saying, thinking about cutting, ripping out his beard, you know what I'm saying, ripping out his clothing, because of the astonishment, like how upfront that y'all doing this with no shame.
Right.
So
You right. Now drop that, give me verse 12. Because there's a reason for it. It's not abnormal. Keep going.
Verse 12, now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong.
That ye may be what?
Be strong.
Be what?
Be strong.
You going out and trying to deal with these other nations makes you look weak. That's what the Bible just said. Keep going.
And eat the good of the land.
Keep going.
And leave it for an inheritance to your children forever.
Right. Now drop that. Give me Nehemiah 13. Let me get verse 23. 13 and 23.
So that just said it just said something really heavy. It said, so your inheritance will stay with you forever.
Right.
Now if you marrying somebody out your culture, once you pass away, your inheritance is going with that person.
Right. Serena Williams. All that work that King Richard did is going to a white family.
And as you say, as what's his name? Tiger Woods. His money only went to all the Haitian family.
Yeah, definitely. Well, at least his kids what's it called? But there's ways around that. Shoot. You got it?
Come.
Let me do what you got.
Nehemiah 13 and 23. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod,
Wives of what?
Ashdod,
Ashdod, keep going.
and Ammon,
And Ammon, keep going.
and of Moab.
Right, keep going.
Verse 24. And their children spake half in speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language.
And they couldn't speak our language. They couldn't speak our language at all. Right? Keep going. But
according to the language of each people.
okay, keep going. Okay.
Verse 25. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them.
That's how serious it gets. Con. That's how serious it gets over here. Keep going.
And made them swear by the power, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves.
Right. So he made it, had to put it in writing that this is not what we do inside of this nation. Inside of the Bible, you cannot interracially marry. You must stick within your own race. Right? That's biblical. Now, give me the next line.
Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
He what?
Sin by these things?
That was a sin for King Solomon to take those heathen wives. It is a sin to deal with a woman outside of your own race. Keep going.
Is that the cut you were talking about?
The cut for what?
When you brought out the verse about Solomon.
Right. What do you mean? No, because I know there was the cut. There was the cut for Deuteronomy, and that was
okay.
Kings, but wow, there was something else that was supposed to cut. Let me know because I could.
No. I was just curious.
Okay, the cut was when Solomon was that Solomon shows that when it says he had already said he dealt with it, that's letting you know Deuteronomy is talking about every nation on earth because Edomites aren't in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, but it is saying, I already told you not to deal with them. He told you not to do that. You're special above all nations on earth.
Right.
Edomites are counted because Deuteronomy 7 starts with, okay, these are the nations in Canaan I need you to kick out. Don't have sex with any of them. See, so he's just telling us not to have sex with any of them. He goes on to say, you're above everybody on earth. That's the reason why. So we're not supposed to have sex with anybody on earth. But you got idiots that'll say, no, it's just those 7 nations.
Okay, so Quadash is the cut, like, because we're supposed to be separate, so that would include everybody else.
And dealing with the cut is above all nations. In verse 6, and people will fight you. So to cut that, go to Solomon and then ask them, where's that in Solomon? I'll break it down in a second. So now pull keep going.
Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God.
Right.
And God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
Keep going.
Verse 27. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our power in marrying strange wives?
Right. So now, meaning what? Should I listen to you and just marry these strange wives? Hell no. So now we're gonna drop that. Give me
Wow.
Let me get bastard for the brother, and we're gonna end up. Go back to 1 Kings. Go back to 1 Kings 11 and 1 real quick. Keep going.
1 Kings 11 and 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, right? Keep going.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh,
right? With the daughter of Pharaoh. Keep going. Pharaoh's not mentioned in that verse.
Women of the Moabites,
Right,
the Ammonites,
right,
the Edomites,
right,
the Sidonians,
right,
and Hittites.
right. Okay, the Hittites are the only person that's mentioned in Deuteronomy 7th chapter. So you should be able to marry all of them. But let's see what verse 2 says.
Verse 2, of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you.
Now show me where he said that. Keep going.
For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Now, once again, show me where he said that. They're going to have to pull Deuteronomy 7 and 3 and 4. But the Edomites aren't listed. The Ammonites aren't listed. The Sidonians aren't listed. So, yeah, that means that above everyone is also talking about 3 and 4. We're not supposed to have sex with them. We're not supposed to seek their wealth. None of that. No.
So you're saying that when this is pulled,
right.
they'll try to say only these people.
No, Deuteronomy 7. Go to Deuteronomy 7 and 1. And yeah, stay there because after that, we're going to go to Deuteronomy 23 and then we're going to end off in a second. We might go about 2 minutes. Okay. You got Deuteronomy 7 and 1?
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. And when the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
Right? See? So these are the nations. These are the nations we can't marry. Everybody else is valid. But we have here in Kings, I'll pull it so you don't have to go back reading it again. Of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them. Where did he say that for Pharaoh, Pharaoh's daughter, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Sidonians? Where did he say that for them? They're going to have to scratch their head and they can't say anything because the answer is Deuteronomy.
This is called a thumbnail, correct?
Right? So that's where the cut is. If anybody tries to say that you can marry other nations and then they try to pull Deuteronomy 7 and 1, this is the cut. 1 Kings 11, the 11th chapter. It tells you straight up he sinned by these things. Right? Now drop that Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy 23, verse 2.
This is Deuteronomy 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Most High. Even
a mamzer. Okay. Keep going.
Even to his 10th generation.
A mamzer is literally, when you look it up, unused root, mayan, to alienate a mongrel that is born of a Jewish father and a heathen mother. Because why? Even the Jewish man's own historical records of our culture tells you, and it tells you, you deal with the father. But what do Jewish people themselves do?
They deal with the mother.
Right. And remember, was you on that call that time, hard when the Jewish man was talking to Cap about that? And they basically said, yeah, we just stopped doing what the Torah specifically told us to do. Yeah. Like, what's called a mamzer is basically your mother's a heathen. In times past, that did mean a lack or barely no citizenship for you. However, under Christ, we do have the right to come back and receive remission or repentance, remission of sins or repentance. Right? So if you have any other questions, T15 miles, I'm about to end off in a sec, but I hope that answers your question. A mamzer is an Israelite by blood. Regardless, now his citizenship is what's in question. And it's not just a man, just so we're clear. My daughter cannot come to me and say, Daddy, this is the man I want to marry me. You don't know his parents. He was given up for adoption because his dad was a rapist. Yeah, get up out my house. You're not marrying my daughter. The offspring of rape cannot marry my daughter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. I know that's a difficult thing. You just can't marry. I'm not saying you can't marry anybody's daughter. You just can't marry my daughter.
Right.
Right? Some hoe. My son cannot bring some hoe's daughter to my house. Like, I won't even be the matter of fact, I'm gonna just be an a-hole. I'm gonna be hi, how you doing, sis? You know that none of us just go in the room, tell my wife, you know that hoe which we could like from like 20 years ago? Yeah, everybody had, yeah, her daughter's in the house. Such and such is talking to her. I'm gonna let my wife deal with you. Because she's not gonna want to, right? My son's married the town host with the town flute. Do you know who your daddy is? I bet you don't. Right? That's what happens. What's another one? My child, I'm sorry, you blind. Yeah. Ray Charles can't marry my daughter. I'm sorry. What's another one? Who else is cut off? Homosexual, no. And then offspring. So we're clear, if you didn't understand from the hoe and the rapist, the offspring of sinners are also cut off from the nation. Okay? That's what this is talking about. You're basically like a heathen now. Okay? Keep going. That was it?
Khan.
Okay, now drop that. Give me, we're going to end this off, right? Tobit 14 and 2. 14 and 12, brother. Damn, I wish I would have shared that. Four and 12, Salakia. 4 and 12. We're about to end off. This is the last scripture of the night. The water for y'all rocking out with me, Most High and Christ. Okay, another night. Next week will be Martin Luther King. We're going to get into that whole debacle. Bible Bashar.
This is Tobit, chapter 14, verse 12.
No, 4 verse 12.
Slakia, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Right? Beware of all whoredom. What is whoredom? Tom, looking for a specific word. Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? Unlawful sexual activity, unlawful sex, so on and so forth. Right? Whoredom. A better word is fornication. Fornication and whoredom are the same thing. You look it up, it'll tell you zanah. Zanah is Hebrew for whore or whoredom. Right? Keep going. You don't learn this in your fake Israelite group. Your fake Israelite group, you go up to them right now, ask them, what is the Hebrew word for whore? They'll look at you like you're stupid. Keep going.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Chiefly, meaning like this is the main thing you need to do in your life. Chiefly. Take a wife, read that again, of the seed.
Of the seed of thy fathers.
Take a wife of your family. Take a wife of the seed of your fathers. Keep going.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
Don't take a strange woman, a foreign woman, an alien. Keep going.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Which is not of thy father's tribe, thy father's people. Keep going.
For we are the children of the prophets.
We are the children of who?
The prophets.
The who?
The prophets.
Salaki, this ain't gonna be the last scripture. I need that. Keep going.
Noah.
Who?
Noah.
Who?
Noah.
Who?
Noah.
Why is it starting with Noah? What does Tobit know about Noah? Perazza.
He was the one that survived the flood.
Right.
But Tobit knows that Noah's a direct descendant of Adam with no blemishes.
And that's why he was saved.
Right.
Right? You know, he understands. Tobit knows full well the importance of Noah's story is that he didn't race mix. Right? Now, give me the next one. He is the last surviving member of God's race, a race handpicked and created by God. Right? Keep going.
Abraham.
Who?
Abraham.
Who?
Abraham.
Now, what's so important about Abraham? Abraham. Now, I just covered the last person of that that got raised handpicked by God. Who's Abraham? The first person handpicked by God to recreate it. What did Abraham do? Keep going.
Isaac.
Isaac, keep going.
And Jacob.
And Jacob, keep going.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning.
From the who?
From the beginning.
From the who?
From the beginning.
Who's the beginning?
Adam.
Right. Keep going.
Even that they all married.
What?
They all married. They all married.
Made a mistake.
They all married.
They all married.
Wives of their own kindred.
Wives of their own kindred.
And were blessed in their children.
And they were blessed in their children. Meaning what? They all married their own women. Noah married his own women. Abraham married his own women. Adam married his own women. Isaac and Jacob as well. All these men kept the law before there was even a law. Right? And they were blessed in their children. Right? Keep going. Because they kept their bloodline pure. Keep going.
And their seed shall inherit the land.
And their seed will inherit the earth. The whole earth will be under their control. Because they saw a black woman and thought a black woman was better than any other woman on the earth. Keep going.
Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Love who?
Love thy brethren.
Love who?
Love thy brethren.
You got to love your brother. Why? Keep going.
And despise not thy heart thy brethren.
Not in thine heart, thy brethren. Keep going.
The sons and daughters of thy people.
Keep going.
And not taking a wife of them.
Meaning what? It is unbrotherly, and it shows you do not love your people when you go outside of your race. I didn't write this. Right? This was written thousands of years before I would even be born. Keep going.
For the pride is destruction.
For in pride is destruction. You think you're so great. Right? Keep going.
And much trouble.
Keep going.
And in lewdness is decay. And
lewdness, fornication, whoredom. Keep going.
And great want.
Keep going.
For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Lewdness is the mother of famine. Being some promiscuous asshole will always get you messed up in this world. Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was on top of the world until it came out about them porn stars. Now drop that. Give me Matthew's 24 and verse 37. We're going to end it off with this. Right.
Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation,
Right.
and kingdom against kingdom,
Right.
and there shall be famines.
24 and hold up. That's 24 and you sure you got the right one? No, hold up. Yeah, 24 and 37.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 37.
Yeah, John. Salah, give me those.
But as the days of Noah were,
As the days of Noah were, keep going.
so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Keep going.
Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
But no one gives a damn about what we're saying. Nobody gives a damn that Moses was warning them, telling them, stop interracially marrying. You are going to get yourself killed. No one cared. They were eating and drinking and giving in marriage. Keep going.
Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
You'll be up there hollering at some white woman in a club, and Christ is going to come and cut your head off. You will think it is okay to be a homosexual and relinquish your manhood until you are begging for your life in a bathroom in Florida. Right? This is what happens. And we are out here trying to stop it. With that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets since the year 1969, trying to wake up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, trying to get them to understand this is your true nationality and culture. Get in class. We held classes 5 days a week. We have prison programs, food programs. We are trying to build up the black community. Okay, the Passover is coming up. Definitely get your Passover's feet in as soon as possible. Baba Koshah. With that, that's my time. Shalom, Israel.